Hey, what's going on? This is something new. I got Harry Falchi from Helos Co on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, today we're just going to talk about just general, just life, how he's improved his life, Helos Co, business, and just general chat. We're just going to see where it goes. This is something new for me. This is probably something new for him as well. And yeah, so let's start off. Helos Co.
Helos Co. Helos Co. is an idea that come from when 2016 a friend come to me and wanted to start a clothing brand. Unfortunately, that friend didn't really go through with it, and I was kind of left with the idea myself and a concoction of different names. I eventually come across Helos through actually religion
Yeah.
with Mr. Palki.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me
Yeah.
the name. And then from there, Helos turned into a small brand in 2016, and that's when I was 16 at the time. And ever since then, it's just been moving forward and developing more into a brand than a clothing brand lately. But yeah, there's been a lot of mishaps and downfalls, but heaps of highs at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's been
if
pretty
you
awesome.
didn't know, Falcon and I went to the same high school. We're in different year groups, but I saw like the Helos and Co from a different perspective, like its growth. Just watching like a few of my mates starting to buy the merchandise and sort of inspired me because like he always used to put up videos like if anyone can do it, like I can do it, like anyone can do it sort of thing. And then I was like, oh, why not give it a shot and then let's send a different message and let's see where it can go. Yeah, his whole thing's pretty like inspirational. Like no half motives?
Yeah, no half motives. There's a few other ones, but no half motives is the the catchphrase at the moment. Definitely. No half motives. Like, don't. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't half-ass anything is essentially like the message behind that. Like, just if you're going to do something, do it properly.
So what challenges did you face when you were starting it up?
Essentially, if anyone's listening to this and they're thinking about starting a brand, you'll most probably want to go straight to overseas relations, and that's one of the worst things you can do. You want to start with Australia. But yeah, challenges of like communication with overseas and finding suppliers and just like basic stuff on like learning on how to get a t-shirt printed and like
Yeah.
the files you need just in simply that. Like you need vector files, not just PDF files and stuff like that. And finding suppliers, like a good relationship was hard. It took
Yeah.
me till last year, end of 2018 to find the guys I'm with now. So this is mid 2020, and I started in
Yeah.
2016. So
What about personal? Like, did it really take a toll on your personal life or any of that?
yeah, it's mentally exhausting because you don't really, if you go out, like not to sound in a like cocky way or anything, but like if you go out, people are gonna mention it because it's something to talk about, something
Yeah.
different, and it's kind of like you don't really turn off from it in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't really get to separate it sometimes, but. Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much, but it's pretty exhausting when you run all of it basically by yourself. But I wouldn't have it any other way, really.
Yeah. So I remember because we used to go to university together and then like just catching the train and just like the general chit chat, like nothing too extreme. Like you're always thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
you always have ideas going through your head. And I was like, you're really working for it. You're not like just someone who just goes home and you're like, oh, let's just add this. And then like you really see the
Yeah.
back end of it. Like I really saw the hard yards you put through and just in general, like with work and all that and like how you've balanced it. And it's impressive just the whole
Yeah,
journey.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been crazy, but we got stuff coming. Like I say, I got like two boys that I work with, Jeremy and Cameron. Shout out to them and Nakaya. But yeah, we got stuff coming where it's like more video based stuff and working with local talent, which is gonna really push me to my limits because it'll be me on all the back end of stuff, and then I've got to try and balance working with the boys in creating those big videos with like some of Sydney's best talent. So yeah, it'll be good, but yeah, see where it takes us.
What advice do you give people who like through this COVID period, like how to overcome like the challenges of the COVID with the business, the brand, and just everything in life?
It's hard to speak on some businesses because obviously Helos isn't like a physical shop, so I didn't have to worry about that. And I'm the only person. I'm a sole trader. But the way I viewed it, it was a time to work. Like when people were staying at home and like they had side hustles, they weren't even working on it. They were just focusing on the fact they could stay home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But getting through COVID, it was kind of hard, but it was all right at the same time because in a way there was more eyes on social media. That's what people didn't realize. There was we haven't social media is big, but we haven't seen that many eyes on social media. I'm sure YouTube numbers for like your big YouTubers, they would have seen an astronomical increase and stuff like that. And people weren't using that to their advantage at all. I noticed like people stopped posting on their brands and stuff, and I used it so I could get in front of more people and drop the hoodies as well. And that was a big move. So
yeah, I like it's just amazing because the other day actually I was at the gym and I just saw some random kid just wearing some Helos Co merch, and it's just like it's just weird. Like I've been down at the shops and just seeing someone wear it who I have no idea who they are, and I'm just like, you're getting support from just such a wide audience, and it's just such a good message. Like, how has this improved your life, like personally?
Oh, it's improved my life because it opens opportunities. It definitely opens up opportunities for not only for Helos but for me as a person. Like people are always like, "Oh, do you want to talk? Like, have you got any advice on this or?" Have you got any advice on that? And obviously, like this is an opportunity created through Helos, essentially.
Yeah.
Arguably, I most probably wouldn't be sitting in this chair if Helos wasn't a thing. But I'd say it's improved my life in the way it's shown me a true work ethic. Like you truly put in a stupid amount of hours some weeks for no reward, essentially. But you got to think about it as a macro, not a micro.
Yeah.
It's definitely to definitely answer the question, I'd say it's improved my life in the fact it's given me a better perspective on like what it takes to truly like make or break a brand or a company, like a small company.
Yeah.
How much of an achievement it is to have people start working for you, and just like it's made me more self-aware and more realistic in like when I look at a small business now. E.g., a girl called Jared Brayley who comes from Grammar. She was in the grade above me. Yeah. She runs a social media company, and she has, I think, 3 employees for her now. And she only started that 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just like that. You realize the magnitude of how she pays 4 people's wage every week, plus herself, and runs that company. Do you know what I mean? So just more self-awareness, and it's definitely made me, more in touch with reality and more in touch with other people as well. Yeah,
like the appreciation just for the start of a business, like the investment, the initial investment. Like we've had some minor investments, just getting samples, just working at that. But once we start getting to a larger scale, like the investment is crazy.
Yeah, and it's easy to look at like 1 week's expenditure and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent that much and I didn't see a return on that. But you got to realize, all right, if I'm spending on that, like e.g. samples, if somebody's listening to this and they want to start a clothing brand, samples are the most expensive part of a clothing brand.
Yeah.
Because you'll pay upwards of $100, depending on what it is, just for one piece of clothing. Do you know what I mean? Because you got to have the print fees, setup fees, and stuff like that. So you just got to think about like how you would, like that return on that in the future. Do you know what I mean? And it's like stuff like, even this or this stuff, it's expensive at first, but you'll have it for a while and it'll serve you well. Yeah,
it's just cool, just the whole process like that you've been through, and like I really enjoy like those nights where I'm just chilling in bed or chilling with Emily, and then I just see that video of you just talking about it, like talking like pure truth.
Yeah,
you've been transparent for the whole thing, and that's what I'm trying to do with the whole journey. Like you're not someone who just shows the highlights. Like you're like, with this COVID period you're getting backlogged, like I'm sorry, but you're not just saying, oh yeah, we're better than ever, like sort of thing. Like it's just your transparency, like you're saying, oh yeah, maybe you weren't the smartest person, like I think you're quite intelligent, but like just all your videos through that, you're truthful.
So I got that. At first, I wasn't. Like, when I was 16, of course, you don't want to show your losses. Like, you're 16-year-old, like, your ego's your biggest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I listened to a fair bit of, like, Nipsey Hussle and whatnot, and he was always the first to say, you got to show your losses and, like, make sure people are well aware of what's going on and be completely transparent. Honestly, that's put the brand in, like, another step up, is, like, when people know, obviously, as you said, COVID backlogged a whole massive order.
Yeah.
I'm still backlogged on, like, some of it. And I was just transparent with people, and like the people don't get angry if you're honest with them. People are happy to like wait if they know you're honest and you're being like, and you're sorry for what's happened.
Yeah, you're not beating around the bush sort of thing. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, it's meant to come next week, and then when it comes that time, you're like, oh, a few more weeks. Like, you just got to be honest and be like, we're backlogged.
Yeah, and in the long run, people love the authenticity. Like, you see brands on like Instagram and Facebook, man, and you can just tell there's a complete lack of authenticity. Like, there's no message behind the brand. There's no real face, and I think people, like, in the long run, definitely, like the same with Isaac John, man. Like, he's very open about what goes on at YKTR.
Yeah.
And if anything goes wrong, he's the first to address it, and people love that. They love that. People
and that's why, he's growing too personally, because everyone's they're not just supporting him and his message for YTKR, like YKTR, but like they're supporting like his process as well.
Yeah.
So you keep expanding that audience like continuously, and then it's just beneficial.
He'll be Sydney's next best thing. He's massive, man. He covers footy, covers clothing, and he covers the podcast arena. Like, he's going to be something different for sure. Isaac Johns, is the best person to listen to. If anyone's listening to this and they don't know who it is, look up the Ice Project, and you'll, there's too much value in it not to listen.
So what's your plans for the future?
So like I said before, we got this video series called Time for Talent coming out. And like, it's kind of like what you mentioned before. It's like we take like an 8 or 10 minute interview with someone. Normally, it'll be mostly musicians, but it'll be like athletes and stuff as well that I know of, obviously through like Henry and whatnot. Yeah. And it'll be a video series where we interview the person and get to know like what they're about, what they do, where they plan to go, how they got into it, and stuff like that, and overlay it with their own clips. Yeah. So very similar to what you were doing. And that'll be around 8 to 10 minutes. It'll be on YouTube, but a lot of it's hard to figure out what we're going to do until we shoot it. But that's a plan. Stuff like this, doing more stuff like this, like getting on podcasts and stuff like that. But taking Helos into like a different aura next year, where I do like, I'll always do shirts and stuff like that. But next year I want to do like your windbreakers and like trackies and stuff. Yeah. And take it into like a more, not niche, but niche products, so to speak. And
well, you're getting some cooling clotheswear. Like you got the basic t-shirt, shorts, like all that. But you get into the cooler designer. Yeah. I can appreciate that. Like, it's good to have a good, windbreaker. Yeah. But, so, other than that, what about you personally?
Oh, that's hard. Where do I want to go? I want to be known. I said to Jerb the other night, the guy, like my right-hand man with Helos, I said to him the other night, I was like, I want to be known as the kid who, from the mountains, took a brand from nothing to something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be that guy that people can message and talk to about brands, and obviously have the back catalog to show, hey, this is the brand now. Look at where it's come. Do you know what I mean? But I just want to keep moving Helos forward. I'm going to probably take on like other business adventures as well after uni. Like, obviously, as you know, uni takes up a chunk of time for nothing really. I'm just almost done, so I may as well finish it. Yeah. It's only now I've realised I don't really enjoy it. But personally, most probably take Helos to another level if I can. I will. I know I will. But and then take on other business adventures, but just see where it takes me. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be too planned. Like, I know where I want to go and what I want to do. But if people come into my life with ideas, or I have ideas, I'll be willing to explore them, because I think don't want to leave any stones unturned. Yeah,
commit first and figure it out later. Like, that's a thing that stays with me. Yeah. I feel like it stays with even Nick on the Betar project. It's just an important message. Like, too many people try to plan, but they never take that action. Yeah. So they're like, oh, you got to plan every single step. Like, there's always going to be unforeseen stuff. Like, we cannot figure it all out.
110%, man. Especially with like a company, whatever size it is. I guarantee, like, almost every day or week you're going to have something pop up, and you're like, oh. And it's one step back, and you got to take 2 steps forward. Do you know what I mean? But what's the plan for Better Life or Betar Life?
Oh, honestly, so we're thinking about just getting some more merch out there. Yeah. Just to not really support, or not to pay us financially, but just to support the message. Yeah. Because everyone's trying to strive for a better life. That's how I see it. And it might be through financial relationships, business, anything. And that's why it's so broad but so specific to each individual.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who might think a better life for them is becoming a professional athlete. A better life for another person is to provide for the family or to spend all the time with the family. So I just really want to push that message because we can see a lot of this, like this message, I feel like it's unique, but other people might disagree. But in Australia, I don't feel like many people are pushing it. Like in this
100%,
local
man. 100%.
atmosphere, like no one's really pushing it. Like we just get all of the American trends that slowly fade over here, but we have no one here who's living here, who's pushing the trends, who's facing the same adversities.
Exactly that. It was like it's on a different note, but it's on the same level. Like 1-4 took like the Americanized out of music and like stuck true to their accents. Yeah. And people got around that, and then that's Australian culture. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've pushed that. Now the music scene's finally blowing up, considering how much talent we have. It's like with sport, man. Like we're just waiting on someone to really take NRL and AFL to another level. Yeah. And like same with like that's why Isaac John is definitely someone to, and Denon Kemp. Denon Kemp's perfect being like Barstool Sports and those, I think it's like Whistle Sports and like Hooper's Life. They've been big on Instagram since I was 14 on that page, and then he's the first guy now in 2020. He started getting recognition for Bloke in a Bar.
That's
you know what I mean? Like first, like daily content, funny, but also great analysis from obviously a former player who had a fair bit of talent. And then Isaac John's the same, like former player, daily content and putting it out. And Australia hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, it's so much opportunity. Yeah. Like if anyone's listening, like there's opportunity everywhere. You might be like, oh, it's overseen, but in America, it's saturated, but in Australia, I think it's easy to be different.
Yeah.
Where,
easy, man. Easy.
Because, it's just all the big brands come out here, but they have no real message. Like, when you think about it, you're like, oh, yeah, Nike, Adidas. Like, you hear the message, but it doesn't relate to you. Like, when you know it's your neighbour, your mate, someone you went to school with actually pushing a message, it really connects to you a lot more. And, like, when you can see their journey... Like, I've been through my own journey. Like, Harry's been through his own journey. It's just amazing. You can just get behind it.
Yeah. And like you said before, like Nike and Adidas, there's a massive difference in Australia. I did a bit of research. I won't say numbers because I don't know them. But Adidas did, like, campaigns with Australian athletes, like, NRL players, AFL, cricket, netball, basketball. And they, like, get an astronomical amount of sales here compared to Nike half the time because they're showing faith in the Australians, you know what I mean? Whereas Nike don't really touch on the marketing over here. They focus on their big ads with like, I don't know if LeBron James is signed to them, but you're massive NBA athletes. So
just people who are just, you don't have that personal relationship with. Yeah. Like, when you use an actual Australian athlete, like you're in the Australian market, you want to you want to take advantage of all the Australian resources. Like, even though it's hard to even manufacture here, because like starting up with samples, I was looking overseas, but personally I'm going to try and keep it at Australia, just because you can go there physically and you can see it, B, and just you're supporting everyone around here, and like it's a lot more easier for them to jump behind you and support your goals.
110%, man. That's why, like, although the product is AS Colour, which is an Australian company, but the guys I go to are called High Tea down in Victoria, and like they're pretty busy. But like my order to them is a lot compared to if I was in China and at a massive factory. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to think, and they hire a few people I know, like not know personally, but like I know they've got themselves. There's 2 of them, and then they got a few employees. And so the way I think about it is, if that's 5 people you're helping make sure that they're getting their like a decent wage and they're working, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like it's so easy to outsource, and then I feel like the quality drops personally because they don't care. You're just another number to them. But then when you're in Australia, like how I'm saying, you got to push that message. If you want to push an authentic message, you don't want to go with your half motive, half ass it, and then just go China, get like a cheap shirt, and then get cheap embroidery, and then like say you're making $20, $30 off a shirt, but you're not going to keep them coming back, and it's just you're really pushing a dodgy version of your message.
110%. And the thing with Australia is you can feel it. With China, you're not going to get a flight to feel a shirt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly
with Australia. So that's the other benefits as well. That's the other thing people need to think about if they're getting into clothing, which way or another, is you want to be able to feel the product. That's what I've learned. It's like the hoodies, man. I had to feel them because I wanted to get it right. I wanted to make sure it was like comfy. I wanted to make sure I know how cold it gets up here. Like I got customers in Blackheath and Megalong Valley. Like we all know.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so you want to feel the product, make sure it's perfect. Whereas China, I've had products from China be really good actually, but some like it's a risk because you don't know. They can send you all the photos and they can send you a sample. The sample's going to cost heaps because you've got to get the shipping overseas. That's exactly right. Product,
and then waiting for it as well.
Yeah, we got to wait around 6 weeks.
Yeah,
especially after COVID, if you're ordering from China, especially. But even I know like Sri Lanka and Vietnam are coming up in terms of production, and they're like you wait 6 weeks at almost minimum. And sometimes stuff doesn't get cleared either. Like some of the big brands like G'd Up, I know he's pretty transparent. Like some of his stuff won't get cleared for weeks on end because it just gets holed up in customs. So if you think about doing small production of clothes, definitely Australian sourced is the way to go.
And
personally.
like how hard is it if you make a mistake on your clothing design or anything, like where it's just not, where it's off-centered.
Yeah.
Then you have to reship it, like you just have to go through all that hassle. And it's better just to support local, support everyone. And because at the end of the day, you're not investing into the clothing, you're investing into your message.
Yeah.
Where that's where I'm feeling, that's what you're doing. Because you don't pump out mass clothes. No. Like you have a drop maybe in the winter, then like in the summer. Like it's not like.
How can I do? I did a board this year. I want to drop 15 products. I've done 10 so far. That's nothing. Like brands will do a drop every month and do 10 in a drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing. But no, like I push a message, man. Like people know, like especially from the mountains and Penrith area, they'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to a lookout today. What's your best suggestions?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they see on the brand that I don't just go to like studios. I go out with my mates.
Yeah, well, I've messaged you personally.
Yeah.
Like there's so many times I've messaged you and I'm like, oh, how do I get to this and that? And see, like even with your product drop, like I'm not going to be hating on you, but it's just little color differences.
Yeah.
It's nothing like everything's just white, like different. Like it's just, you already trust that and then you're just making small modifications.
Exactly.
Like you're not just going from a jumper to like windbreaker to like, to just weird clothes, like you just
trying to build up. I'm trying to build up, that's for sure. You're
doing it the right way. You're not just throwing like it into the deep end sort of thing.
Exactly. I will say though, you said something before. I completely forgot what it was. Oh, the reason why, like when you say something's off-centered or something, that's exactly the reason why you'll get samples.
Yeah.
Like don't make if you're listening to this, do not make a bulk order without a sample, because if something's off-center and you order 50 or 100 or 500 of it and it's off-center,
that's exactly
what are you meant to do with that stock? Like you can sell it, people won't enjoy it, you most probably won't even you might make your money back, sure, but at the end of the day you're left with a product that people don't even really want if it's completely off-center or like the design's wrong or there's like misspelling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll wear it once and then never wear it again sort of thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So it's matter, like samples is a really good one to like, all right, see and test it and like show people the actual physical product. Like just show your family, hey, what do you think of this?
Yeah, it's patience. Like I've had people message saying, oh, are you going to make hoodies? Are you going to make all this? Yeah. But it's all about patience. Like it's hard to get a sample and to actually feel it. Like I like to personally wear it and wear it out and like to feel it, because if I'm like, oh, this ain't comfortable, this is too thick, like I like to feel it personally, because like I want the clothes to feel good on me, because then they'll feel like good. Like even though that sounds weird.
No, I'm the same, man. That's why I've been wearing this stuff since I was like 16, because you want to make sure like it feels good.
Yeah. If you're not even gonna rep your own like merchandise or anything, like you got a bit of a problem. Yeah. In my personal opinion, like I want to be spreading the message personally, be the driving factor, but then have other people to help as well. Yeah. Like if you can't even push it yourself, then how do you expect other people?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have had people, because I've copped a bit of criticism from some people, because when I go out sometimes I won't wear Helos because I won't want to talk about it. Like something would have happened, I'll be like, nah, don't want to talk about it. Like don't want someone to like say go to Ori or whatever. Yeah. And like people come up like, oh, why aren't you wearing Helos? And then they'll be like, oh, what, like, is something wrong with it? Like, no, like I just didn't want to wear it. Like I just didn't want to talk about it tonight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like But it's true. If you're going out and the best marketing you can do is wear the product. The best like if you think about it, you can do Facebook ads and you can get in front of so many people. if you buy a product and you walk through the plaza, how many people are you getting in front of?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you always try and push your product and wear it if you're doing clothing.
It's a constant subconscious message sort of thing.
Yeah, that's with Helos, man. Like, as you said before, like, you go to Coles or you go, like, you'll be in Springwood, you'll see someone with Helos. And, yeah, you'll most probably notice it because, like, it's your mate's brand. But heaps of people are walking past and they're just, not, like, subliminally, it's going, all right, Helos.
Yeah, but say if it takes, like, 20 exposures to it, and then you can be like, what is Helos? Yeah. And you look it up, and then you got your lead right there. And it's just, that's what I like about it.
YKTR. Yeah. Honestly, I went to a footy game, I want to say like 2017, I might have been in year 12. And Chico was playing, I think. And yeah, there were so many people wearing YKTR, like this bunch of mates, and obviously they were most probably connected to them because YKTR wasn't that big at the time. Yeah. And I just remember being like, I just saw it a fair few times at different footy games. I was like, oh, what is YKTR? I got online and there and then I started looking and then I eventually bought because it got in front of me so much. So yeah, that's exactly with people. You want to try and get in front of as many people as you can. If you go on a footy game, wear it. If you go on any decent event, try and wear it.
Yeah, that's just a straight business tip right there. Exposure, because like we're exposed to so much stuff through Facebook and all that. Yeah, that's where I feel like Facebook advertising isn't as powerful because you're just scrolling through. You'll see it for a split second, and you'll go.
I feel like people are kind of skeptical of Facebook ads now. Yeah, like because obviously it's coming out. Like if you type something into Safari, it's called cookies, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. People think their phone's been hacked. It's called cookies. But like if you type something in Safari, it automates that into your Facebook and stuff, and that's why those ads pop up. But I feel like Facebook ads, they're not as powerful anymore, and they're pretty, like, they are well priced. But if you think about it, like you can advertise to get in front of a certain amount of people on Facebook ads, and you'll get your ROIs and stuff like that. But if you're just wearing it out, what's that cost you?
That's exactly right. But like when you see it on Facebook, just because you're seeing it doesn't mean you're engaged. Yeah. When you wear it out, someone's going to be engaged. Like if I'm at the Ori, the Lapo, if someone comes up, like someone's gonna take the piss out of it, like straight up. Yeah. But it's
Australia, man.
Yeah, but that's good though. Like they'll start to see it and then they'll start talking about it, and then you know what? Like I might have like a majority of haters, but at the end of the day, they're still talking about it and. Better life is just getting in their head, and then subconsciously that could transfer to something else, and it just gets well known.
Yeah, exactly, man. And like you're pushing a good message, so people might like take the piss out of you at first, but they'll come around for sure. Like it's a good message, and people people used to take the piss out of Helos really heavily, like especially some of the older guys that I grew up around. They used to take the piss out of it, and then I think they saw like Instagram stories where I'd be working hard and it'd be like 2 a.m. sometimes. And now, like, the first thing they'll mention is, like, oh, how's Helos? Like, straight up. So, if you keep working hard, and, like, people just appreciate work ethic, I reckon. Yeah. Work ethic and transparency, that's for sure.
How'd your family accept it?
My mum loves it, man. My dad does too. My dad used to have a business called I for Sport. Yeah. And he did, like, so he was pretty well connected in China and whatnot. And he did, like, the rugby jerseys for, like, the Romanian rugby union team. Oh, like, heaps of, like, weird nationalities and stuff like that, and then like all your local mountains teams. But that was really good, and then that kind of broke down, and he went back into more business side of like Chubb where he was working. Yeah. But mum is massive on clothes. Like she loves to like sew and stuff like that. So they loved it. My brother, he's like he loves his clothes, but he just kind of like, and same with my sister. They're just happy to see it like progress.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't face many challenges with them. They weren't like, "What are you doing?" or like.
I didn't face. I'll be honest, man. To be completely transparent, sometimes my mum would be like, "Hey, do you think this is worth it?" And I go, like, at times, if you looked at money, yeah, sure, like it didn't look like it was worth it. But I knew like people were talking to me about it, and people were like really enjoying it. Yeah. And I was like, all right, maybe I should keep going. Like, there's been times, don't get me wrong, man, there's been plenty of times, especially when I was in high school, and the year after high school. I had a horrible year after high school, and where I thought, oh, I might just give this up, Like, I might just, I don't know, what's the point? And then it'll only take, like, I'll be like, oh, I'll give it one more shot, and I'll do one more shoot. And then people will reply to my Instagram story that shoot. Yeah. And there was one where I was like ready to, like, I was dropping 3 shirts and I was wanting to give up on Helos, and I went to this lookout in Blackheath, and I think no one had really seen that lookout before. It was like, you know where the gliding is? Yeah. Like the paragliding, and then there's the one like further to the left. Yeah. Like you go down that fire trail or whatever. Yeah. And heaps of people replied to that story, and then they were like, and then the conversations that come from that were like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this. Like, I'm not gonna give up on it. And yeah, it's been pretty challenging sometimes, eh?
Yeah, see, like, not many people show that. Like,
Yeah.
they don't say.
Yeah, you got to be honest with it, man. You got to be honest. Like, some drops I've done have been abysmal, man. Some drops have been abysmal. And then some, like, hoodies, obviously, like, it's not straight profit, but, like, you'll see the sales figures come in, and, like, as a 20-year-old kid from Wimley, you're like, ooh, that's, like...
Yeah, that's good.
That's
yeah.
something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and it motivates you. As soon as you, like, the one sale, or whether it be 100 in a day or one in a day, like, just one in a completely random Tuesday when I haven't dropped anything in, like, 2 months, it's, like, it's the most motivating thing.
Yeah, because you're like, someone's still...
Yeah, someone's paying attention. And someone, like, for me, I still work. Like, Helos is my job by any means. I still work 2 other jobs, sometimes 3. And like, you think about it in the way, like, so say I got a hoodie for $50, and like say a 16-year-old kid buys it.
Yeah.
He's most probably on like $12 an hour.
That's exactly
right.
So
he just works 4 hours and a bit to pay for a Helos hoodie. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So stuff like that is the way I look at it. And like, people willing to put their hard-earned money into something I'm putting out to them is pretty...
Yeah.
It's
that just links back to your message.
Yeah,
like, no half motives. Like, that's where it's just, we keep linking back. We keep going in circles, but it's just that message that whole time. Stick
true to your message, man. Be honest is my best advice. Like, Jara, I talked about her before, and I'll talk about her again. Like, she is very transparent. She's on her Instagram stories every day, what's going on, what's happened. And if she, like, has... Obviously, like, some things when you get into bigger business, she can't speak about because of legal reasons and whatnot. But, like, she's very transparent about, like, things that are happening to her and how she's feeling about certain things. And if she's excited, you'll definitely see it.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's just the best thing you can do, man. If you want to strive in this world, I think people appreciate honesty. Very much appreciate honesty. And stick true to a message. Don't compromise it. Don't... Like, yeah, you can change it, but if you're going to change it, be 100% in changing it. Don't, like, half-ass and stick on both sides of each message, you know what I mean?
So you're going to go out with staying that, your motto, your no half motives?
Yeah, I'm sticking with that, man. I love it. It's just like, I don't know, it's like, comes into footy, man. Like, you get, like, you know, get the kick off, the ball comes to you. You're not going to run half-ass, otherwise you're going to get hammered, you know what I mean? You just got to run 110% of that line. It's the same with life. You just got to run that ball as hard and fast as you can. And there's no point, if you get half-ass, man, you're most probably likely to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, sport or anything, if you go half-assed, you're more likely to get hurt, more likely to fail. Nothing wrong with failing, but
yeah. But you're going half-assed, you're thinking about other stuff, you're just not focused, you're not concentrated.
110%,
and then,
man.
Yeah, as you say in footy, you're just going to get whacked because you're too busy, scared about getting hurt.
Yeah.
You get
How many
hurt.
times you see in footy, like, a kid be scared of getting hurt, and he's the first one to get hurt because he half-asses around the game.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So it's just like with life, man. Same with business. You're going to half-ass it, don't expect the results at all. It's the same with anything else in life I've learned. If you're going to half-ass it, like at the gym, I struggled to stay at the gym, and then as COVID came, obviously. But like, if you half-ass it, you're not going to get the results. You've got to go 100, every time you walk in there, you've got to go 100%. Same with business, university, school, everything. That's what I've learned. So that's why the message is no half motives, and definitely not changing it.
If people want to contact you, where do they contact you at?
Instagram's Harry Falchi, one word, and then Helos Co, obviously, on Instagram. And then I've got Helos Co on Facebook and Harry Falchi on Facebook as well. So, and Helos website will take you to emails and stuff like that, and you can find me there for sure.
All right, easy. Thanks for jumping on this.
No
little
worries,
chat.
No worries.
Appreciate it a lot.